Ladies and gentlemen, today we stand on the precipice of an extraordinary moment in history, an era defined by possibilities and challenges, a time that calls for courage, resilience, and most importantly, a sacred announcement of the last days. What does this mean for us? It means we are called to awaken, to rise up, and to embrace the profound shifts occurring in our lives and the world around us. As we embark on this journey together, I invite you to consider three key truths that will guide us through this transformative time. First, we must acknowledge the power of our choices. Every great story begins with a single decision, a moment when we choose to step into the unknown. Think back to a pivotal moment in your own life, a time when you faced uncertainty, when doubt whispered in your ear, yet you chose to move forward anyway. Perhaps it was the decision to pursue a new career, to reconcile a broken relationship, or to stand up for what you believe in. These choices, no matter how small they may seem, shape not only our destinies, but the destinies of those around us. Imagine a world where people embrace their choices with intention. Picture a community where each individual recognizes their ability to impact change. In the words of the great poet Rumi, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Our struggles, our decisions, and even our failures are not mere obstacles. They are the very catalyst for growth. When we embrace this truth, we empower ourselves to create a ripple effect, inspiring others to make bold choices in their own lives. So I ask you, what choice will you make today? What legacy will you create with that choice? As we consider the power of our choices, we must move to our second truth, the importance of connection. In these last days, we are reminded that we are not solitary beings. We are woven together by a shared humanity, interconnected in ways that transcend borders, cultures, and beliefs. Think of the last time you experienced genuine connection. Perhaps it was through a heartfelt conversation, a shared laughter with a friend, or a moment of vulnerability where you allowed someone to see your true self. These connections fuel our spirits and ignite our passions. In a world increasingly dominated by technology, it is easy to forget the profound impact of human connection. Yet, it is in the warmth of our interactions that we find strength and solace. We must cultivate these connections not just for ourselves, but for the collective good. Imagine if we each took one small step to reach out to someone in need, whether through a simple message, a listening ear, or a helping hand. What kind of world could we create together? The magic lies in our ability to support one another, to uplift and empower each other, especially in times of uncertainty. Let us remember that when we connect, we create a tapestry of resilience that can withstand any storm. Finally, we arrive at our third truth, the necessity of action. In these last days, the call to action is louder than ever. We live in a time where apathy can easily seep into our lives, where it is tempting to sit back and watch as the world unfolds around us. But I urge you to resist that temptation. Every action, no matter how small, has the power to change the course of history. Think of the great movements that have shaped our world. Each one began with a single step. From civil rights to environmental justice, these movements were fueled by individuals who refused to remain silent. They took action, rallied their communities, and sparked change. As you consider the urgency of this moment, I challenge you to reflect on what action you can take today. It may be as simple as volunteering your time, raising your voice for a cause you believe in, or even just sharing your story to inspire others. Action is not merely about grand gestures. It is about the cumulative effect of our everyday choices. When we commit to taking action, we become architects of our future, sculpting a world that reflects our values and aspirations. As we draw closer to the end of this discourse, let us recap these three truths: the power of our choices, the importance of connection, and the necessity of action. Each of these elements is a thread in the fabric of our lives, interwoven to create a vibrant tapestry that tells our collective story. Together, they remind us that we are not alone. We have the power to shape our destinies, to uplift one another, and to take meaningful action in the face of adversity. So, my friends, as we stand on the threshold of these last days, I urge you to rise up. Embrace your power, connect with those around you, and take action. The time for change is now. The world is waiting for your light to shine. Remember, the sacred announcement is not just a message. It is a call to each of us to step into our purpose and make a difference. Let us answer that call with courage, conviction, and an unwavering commitment to a brighter future. As we delve deeper into the essence of our journey, let's explore the intricate layers that weave these truths into the very fabric of our existence. Life as we know it is not a solo endeavor. It is a rich tapestry of experiences, interactions, and shared moments. Each thread represents a choice, a connection, or an action taken. When we recognize this, we begin to understand the profound impact we can have, not just on our lives, but on the lives of others. Let's consider the first truth again, the power of our choices. Choices are the compass by which we navigate through life's uncertainties. Every day we are faced with a myriad of decisions, each carrying the potential to shift our trajectory. Some choices are monumental, while others may seem trivial. Yet the reality is that even the smallest decision can lead to significant outcomes. Imagine waking up each morning with the intention to make conscious choices. What if, instead of hitting the snooze button, you chose to rise early and embrace the day? What if you chose to spend your time in ways that align with your values, whether that's engaging in creative pursuits, investing time in relationships, or contributing to your community? These choices, when made consistently, can transform not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. Consider the story of a young woman named Maya. She lived in a bustling city, working a demanding job that drained her spirit. One day, she made a choice. She decided to pursue her passion for painting. Initially, it felt like a leap into the unknown, but she dedicated herself to her art, spending her evenings and weekends honing her skills. Over time, her paintings began to resonate with others, and she found herself not just creating art, but building a community of fellow artists. Maya's choice to follow her passion didn't just change her life, it inspired those around her to reflect on their own passions and choices. Her journey is a reminder that when we choose to pursue what sets our souls on fire, we ignite a spark in others. We create a ripple effect that can transform lives. Now let's turn our attention to the second truth, the importance of connection. In our fast-paced world, it can be easy to overlook the significance of the relationships we cultivate. Yet it is through connection that we find support, encouragement, and love. Think of the people in your life who have been there for you during challenging times. Their presence, their words, and their actions have likely made a profound difference in your journey. Consider the story of two friends, Alex and Jordan. They met in college and quickly became inseparable. They shared dreams, fears, and ambitions, supporting each other through thick and thin. When Alex faced a personal crisis, it was Jordan who stood by him, offering a listening ear and unwavering support. This connection not only helped Alex navigate his struggles, but also deepened their bond in ways they couldn't have imagined. Connection is about more than just friendship. It's about community. It's about recognizing that we are all part of a larger whole. When we extend our hands to others, we create a network of support that can uplift us all. Imagine if we each made a commitment to reach out to someone in our lives, a family member, a friend, or even a stranger, just to check in, to ask how they are doing, or to offer help. The impact of such simple acts of connection can be profound, reminding us that we are never truly alone. Now let's explore the third truth, the necessity of action. In our world, it is easy to get caught up in inaction, to feel overwhelmed by the enormity of the challenges we face. However, we must remember that action is the antidote to despair. When we take action, we reclaim our agency and empower ourselves to effect change. Consider the powerful story of a community that came together to address a pressing issue, access to clean water. In a small village, residents faced daily struggles to obtain clean drinking water. Rather than waiting for external help, they decided to take matters into their own hands. They organized meetings, shared ideas, and collaborated with local experts to construct a sustainable water system. Through their collective action, they transformed their community, improving health and quality of life for everyone. This story illustrates the incredible potential of grassroots action. It reminds us that even in the face of daunting challenges, we have the capacity to create change when we come together. Each small step taken in unison can lead to monumental shifts. As we weave these truths together, choices, connections, and actions, we begin to see a clearer picture of our role in the world. We are not mere spectators. We are participants, architects of our destinies. Every choice we make, every connection we forge, and every action we take contributes to a greater narrative, a narrative that is continually unfolding. Let's take a moment to reflect on the legacy we wish to leave behind. What do we want our stories to say? Will they reflect courage, resilience, and compassion? Or will they echo missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential? The choice is ours. We live in a time that calls for boldness. The challenges we face, whether they are societal, environmental, or personal, demand action. It's not enough to simply acknowledge the issues. We must engage with them. We must ask ourselves how we can contribute to solutions, how we can be the change we wish to see in the world. As we consider our roles, let us remember the profound impact of our collective actions. When we come together, we amplify our voices. We create movements that resonate far beyond our immediate circles. Whether it's advocating for social justice, promoting environmental sustainability, or supporting mental health initiatives, our actions can create ripples that inspire change. Imagine a world where every individual felt empowered to take action. Picture communities coming together, sharing resources, and collaborating toward a common goal. This vision is not just a dream. It is within our reach if we are willing to embrace our power, nurture our connections, and commit to action. Now let's shift our focus to the importance of resilience in this journey. Life is not a straight path. It is filled with twists, turns, and unexpected challenges. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to adapt and grow in the face of difficulties. It is a quality that we can cultivate within ourselves and encourage in others. Think of the story of a young man named Sam. He faced numerous setbacks in his life, struggles with self-doubt, failures in his career, and personal losses. Yet through it all, he learned to embrace resilience. He sought support from mentors, engaged in self-reflection, and found ways to channel his experiences into personal growth. Each setback became a stepping stone, leading him toward a greater understanding of himself and his purpose. Sam's journey highlights the importance of resilience in our lives. It reminds us that setbacks are not the end, but rather opportunities for growth. When we face challenges, we must remind ourselves that it is possible to rise again, to learn, and to forge ahead. Moreover, resilience is strengthened through connection. When we share our struggles with others, we lighten the load. We find comfort in knowing we are not alone in our experiences. By fostering a culture of resilience in our communities, we create an environment where individuals feel supported and empowered to overcome challenges. As we reflect on these truths, let us also consider the role of gratitude in our lives. Gratitude has the power to shift our perspective, to remind us of the abundance that exists even in difficult times. When we practice gratitude, we cultivate a mindset that allows us to appreciate the beauty in our lives, no matter how small. Consider the practice of gratitude journaling. Taking a few moments each day to reflect on the things we are thankful for can be transformative. It helps us focus on the positive aspects of our lives, encourages us to recognize the contributions of others, and fosters a sense of connection and appreciation. Imagine if we carried this practice into our interactions with others. What if we took the time to express our gratitude to those who have made a difference in our lives? A simple thank you can create a ripple effect, strengthening connections and inspiring others to do the same. As we navigate the complexities of our world, let us remember that we have the power to choose how we respond to our circumstances. We can choose to embrace our power, nurture our connections, and take action. We can choose to cultivate resilience and gratitude, creating a foundation that supports us through life's challenges. In closing, I invite you to reflect on the legacy you wish to create. What story do you want to tell? How will you embrace your choices, connect with others, and take action? The sacred announcement of the last days is not just a call to awareness. It is an invitation to participate in the unfolding narrative of our lives and our world. As you leave here today, I urge you to take a moment to consider how you will embody these truths. Will you choose to empower yourself and those around you? Will you commit to nurturing your connections and taking meaningful action? The time is now. The world is waiting for your light to shine. Together, let us rise to this occasion. Let us embrace our power, connect with one another, and take bold action. The sacred announcement of the last days is not an end. It is a beginning filled with hope, possibility, and the promise of a brighter future. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Let us move forward with courage, conviction, and an unwavering commitment to making a difference in the world. Together, we can create a tapestry of change that reflects our shared humanity and our collective aspirations. The best is yet to come. As we continue to explore these profound truths, let's deepen our understanding of the interconnectedness of our choices, connections, and actions. Picture, if you will, a vast ocean, deep and unfathomable. Each drop of water represents an individual choice, a moment of connection, or a single action taken. Alone, each drop may seem insignificant, but together they create waves that can shape coastlines and alter the very fabric of our existence. This ocean is our collective experience, and we are all contributors to its vastness. Reflect on the choices we make daily. Each choice, whether conscious or unconscious, sets off a cascade of events that ripple through time and space. Take a moment to think about a seemingly simple decision you made last week. Perhaps it was choosing to smile at a stranger or offering a kind word to a colleague. You may not realize it, but that small act of kindness could have brightened someone's day in ways you may never fully understand. It might have given them hope when they were feeling low, or inspired them to pass that kindness on to others. This idea reinforces the notion that our choices are more than just personal. They are communal. They resonate beyond ourselves, creating a web of influence that connects us all. Every time we make a choice rooted in kindness, compassion, or integrity, we contribute to a collective consciousness that fosters positivity and empowers others to do the same. As we consider the power of our choices, let's also explore the theme of intention. Intention is the driving force behind our actions. It shapes the way we interact with the world and influences the outcomes of our choices. When we act with intention, we align our actions with our values, creating a sense of purpose that fuels our journey. Think back to a time when you acted with intention. Maybe it was during a challenging project at work, or perhaps when you were working to mend a strained relationship. In those moments, your intention guided your actions, helping you stay focused on your goal. When we approach life with intention, we become more conscious of the impact we have on others and ourselves. Now let's bring this idea of intention into the realm of connection. Connection is not merely about being in the presence of others. It's about being present with others. It's about engaging fully in our interactions, listening deeply, and being open to understanding different perspectives. In a world where distractions are rampant, cultivating genuine connections requires effort and mindfulness. Imagine walking into a room filled with people. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the noise and the bustle. But what if, instead of retreating into your own thoughts, you chose to engage? What if you took a moment to look someone in the eye, to ask them about their story, and to listen without distraction? This simple act of engagement can foster connection in ways that are transformative. Consider the story of a community center that struggled to bring people together. The director decided to host a series of storytelling nights, inviting residents to share their experiences, their struggles, and their triumphs. Initially, attendance was low, but as people began to share their stories, the atmosphere changed. Connections were forged, barriers were broken down, and a sense of belonging emerged. This was not just a gathering, it became a sanctuary where the community could come together, celebrate their shared humanity, and find strength in one another. This illustrates the profound impact that connection can have on our lives. When we share our stories and listen to others, we create a space for empathy and understanding to flourish. We begin to see the common threads that bind us together, and in doing so, we cultivate a sense of belonging that transcends our differences. Now let's transition to the theme of action. Action is the bridge between intention and outcome. It is the manifestation of our values and beliefs. However, it's important to recognize that action is not always easy. It often requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones. Think of the times you hesitated to take action because of fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. These fears are natural, but they can also be paralyzing. The key is to recognize that action does not require perfection. It requires progress. Every small step we take, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is a step toward our goals. Let's revisit the story of Maya, the artist. When she first decided to pursue her passion, she faced self-doubt and fear of judgment from others. Yet she took action by attending local art classes, sharing her work online, and engaging with fellow artists. Each step she took built her confidence and expanded her network. Eventually, her work gained recognition, leading to opportunities she never dreamed possible. Maya's journey demonstrates that action, even when it feels daunting, can lead to extraordinary outcomes. As we navigate our own paths, we must remember that action is not solely about achieving grand goals. It's also about the small, everyday actions that align with our values. It's about choosing to speak up when we witness injustice, choosing to lend a hand when someone is in need, or choosing to invest in our own growth. Now, let's return to the importance of resilience as we explore the complexities of our journeys. Resilience is not just about bouncing back, it's about bouncing forward. It's about using our experiences, both the triumphs and the setbacks, as stepping stones toward growth. Resilient individuals possess a unique ability to adapt, to learn from their experiences, and to emerge stronger than before. Consider the story of a young entrepreneur named Carlos. He launched a startup with a vision to revolutionize sustainable living. However, after a year of hard work, he faced a major setback, a significant financial loss that nearly derailed his dream. Rather than giving up, Carlos reflected on what went wrong. He sought feedback, adjusted his business model, and re-engaged with his community. His resilience paid off, leading to a successful relaunch of his company that not only thrived, but also inspired others to pursue sustainable practices. Carlos's story illustrates the power of resilience in action. It reminds us that setbacks are not failures. They are opportunities for growth. When we view challenges through this lens, we empower ourselves to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and determination. As we reflect on resilience, let's also consider the role of self-compassion. It is easy to be hard on ourselves when we encounter difficulties, but self-compassion allows us to treat ourselves with the same kindness we would offer to a friend. When we practice self-compassion, we create a safe space for ourselves to grow and learn. Imagine a time when you faced a setback. How did you respond? Did you criticize yourself for not doing better, or did you offer yourself understanding and support? Practicing self-compassion enables us to acknowledge our mistakes without letting them define us. It encourages us to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and keep moving forward. Now let's return to gratitude as it plays a vital role in our journeys. Gratitude is a powerful practice that shifts our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant in our lives. It helps us cultivate a positive mindset and fosters resilience. When we express gratitude, we acknowledge the support we receive from others, the beauty in our experiences, and the lessons learned along the way. Consider starting a gratitude practice. Each day, take a moment to reflect on what you are grateful for, whether it's the warmth of the sun, a kind gesture from a friend, or the opportunity to learn something new. This simple act can transform your perspective and enhance your overall well-being. Now let's expand our understanding of connection further. Connection is not just about the relationships we nurture, it's also about the communities we build. In today's world, it is essential to create spaces where everyone feels valued and included. By fostering inclusive communities, we can empower individuals to share their unique gifts and perspectives. Think about the power of diversity in our communities. When we embrace our differences, we enrich our collective experience. Each person brings a unique set of skills, experiences, and insights that contribute to the whole. By creating an inclusive environment, we cultivate a sense of belonging that allows everyone to thrive. Consider the story of a local school that sought to promote inclusivity among its students. The administration organized workshops that celebrated different cultures, encouraging students to share their traditions and stories. As a result, students began to connect on a deeper level, fostering friendships that transcended cultural barriers. This initiative not only enriched the students' understanding of one another, but also created a stronger, more united school community.